So I don't know where that cut out actually. These videos might be deleted or they might be updated. Oh, who knows? Um, so I was at the part, I think, where we got the phone call and his father was in the ICU and we had to drive him up to New York. I thought I was just going for the ride, and I something told me to just take all my stuff. So we get him up there. We stayed the night at his mother's house, and they were really nice. And like I was saying, now I remember, on the way up there, he was on the phone, and he said that he was kind of seeing someone. Granted, I'm so out of it and oblivious, just minding my own business, and I hear him say that, and I'm like, oh, okay, uh, I didn't know that, but cool. I'm happy for him. Lucky girl. Like, I had no idea. And he turns around when he gets off the phone and he is like, I felt your vibes when I said that. And, you know who it is, right? And I'm like, no, but that's cool. I'm happy for you. And he's like, it's you. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know this. So when we get to New York and we have our stuff and we're actually staying the night, my stepsister's planning to go up the next morning, just head back, and I was going to head back with her. And he tells me, I'd like you to stay. So of course I did. It was close to the holiday, so I was going to be out of school for a week anyway because it was going to close for the holiday, of course. So I stayed up there, and something told me that I don't know why I did it. I didn't do it to stay with him to no, I'm saying like I didn't stay to get a piece of ass. I didn't stay to get something out of it. I stayed to help a friend through a rough time. Granted, I've never been through a death of a loved one because it's different for me. I handled death differently. I have lost quite a few, but it's different for me. And he was alone on this part, and he had to do everything. He had to, while we were up there for the first week, his father was in the hospital, and we were trying to get the permission to pull the plug, which was terrible. And this man is so strong and so confident, and he's a very strong person, mentally, physically, metaphysically, and this tore him to pieces. And I wanted to help him, and there was nothing I could do. There's nothing you can say, there's nothing you can do. Like, you don't want to say the wrong thing, you don't want to do the wrong thing, so you just sit there. And I was there for him. That's all I could do. I was literally just physically there. You need a shoulder to cry on, I'm right here. You need a hug, I'm right here. You need me to shut up so you can yell? Go ahead. Like, do whatever you need to do. Do you want to go out and drink? I'll drive you home. Anything. Like, I was there to help him through this really hard time. And the first week was really hard because we all knew it was going to happen. We just didn't want to say it. And we knew that it was going to happen on Christmas Eve. We're getting there. Getting ready. House is all quiet. We're ready to go out, trying to have a good time, trying to, like, at least pretend for a night that this isn't happening. And we wanted to have a good Christmas. I was completely away from my family. I didn't have any clothes. I didn't have anything. I went up there with nothing except the clothes that I was going to stay the night in for the party, and that's it. And we did the best we could, and we got the phone call on Christmas Eve, and he dropped to his knees. and it was really tough, and it was very emotionally draining. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I was just there. And after we got the call, after he pulled himself together, it took about a couple days actually for him to pull himself together. We had to call the funeral home, call a crematory. We had to clean out his apartment. We had to take the car back to the DMV, or we had to sell it or something. There's so much that needed to be done, and we did it. And I helped him. And the whole time being up there, I didn't tell my family, and I didn't tell my friends, because it wasn't planned. The whole time being up there, once I actually called my family, this is how supportive they are. They didn't understand. They thought I took off with some guy to go to New York just because it was a guy, and they thought I was just saying, fuck you, I don't want anything to do with you. And I told them this wasn't planned. I'm sorry. I didn't have a Christmas, didn't have a New Year's. This was just really busy. I don't regret it. I'm sure next one will be better. But everyone thought I left just to go with a guy. It kind of ticked me off, but my family kind of shunned me. My ex, who I was living with, he understood. Most of my close friends who just know me, I am the weirdest person you'll ever meet, but I'm quiet. I'm very understanding. I'm very, you can tell me anything. And I just do what I have to do, or what I think is right, without even thinking about a consequence or thinking about what other people would think of me for doing this. I just do it. And my friends understood. And they're still there for me. But my family shunned me because I just left them and took off. And while I was in New York, after the holidays and everything, the week before, I figured that I can't go back to the environment that I was in with my ex. Granted, it was great. I loved it. I didn't mind my couch at all, but I felt like I was in the way. Living with your ex, it became his house. It is his house. I gave it to him. It's really rough, and I wanted him to be happy. As long as he was happy, I was happy. So I just felt like I was in the way, really. Most of my stuff was in boxes already, because I was just in the living room, living, literally. So in New York, I made phone calls, and I had a place for me as soon as I got back and everything at my aunt's house. And I got back. I went to my old house, my ex's house, packed 2 big suitcases. He actually helped me, gave me a hug, we talked a little bit. I can see he still cares, but there's just no spark. We both know we can find something better for each other, but he still has a place in my heart. Always will, no matter how annoying and lazy he is. Just always will. And packed my stuff as much as I could, and I moved into my aunt's house. That house was the environment wasn't good. There was drugs, there was no heat, it was very dirty. Rent was insane. I tried to tell her I'm a full-time college student, I can't afford this. And I figured it's family, you gotta help me out this time. And they wouldn't. And they made it extremely difficult for me. I tried to do my best, find a place to live on my own, I was going to go get a job because I obviously had bills to pay. And didn't really work out. And like 2 nights after being there, found drugs in the bedroom that I was cleaning. Didn't approve of that. I saw my mother, who was in the next room, who lives there as well. She's on drugs. No one believes me, but when you're an empath and it's a blood relative, you can feel what they're doing. I can feel if she's drunk. I can feel if she's high. I can't tell you what it is because I don't know which drug does what because I've never really experienced it. But you just know. You can feel it. Like, I'm not sober right now. What's wrong? What are you doing? What's wrong with you? And it didn't work out. So I actually got into a fight with one girl who came back to look for her stash in the room that I just moved into. And she punched me. Now, karma steps in. And actually, my subsister lives a block away from my aunt's house. Her and her husband saw the conditions I was in, and they asked me to move in with them. They are very sweet people. I hope I'm not intruding in their life. I hope I am helping them as much as I can. I clean. I take care of the baby for free because she's adorable. I help any way I can, and I'm very, 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 I appreciate it so much what they're doing for me right now. This is not going to be permanent, of course. I do see me I gotta wait until I get out of school, get back on my feet. They said they've had people live with them for 4 years. I don't plan to be here that long, but I do think that this is going to be my home for quite some time, at least a year, until I can get my own place and start living for real. In the meantime, still living the BDSM life. I love living fet life. It's awesome. I am addicted to receiving the pain, but it's fun. And I only do it with him, which is great. I'm also helping my subsister's marriage. I am also helping the friendship. Things are working out. They are. Everything's falling back into place. I don't want to jinx myself. Knock on wood. But now I'm not making plans. I'm not trying to look forward to anything. I'm just trying to survive day by day. And I have to enjoy every day. I still have to get up and go to school. I still have to pay some bills. I have couch of my own, kinda. I have a little bit of a space of my own, which is fine. They made a little room in the closet. I have a dresser, and I have places to hang my stuff. Material things aren't important right now. I have wonderful people in my life, and I can focus on myself and do what needs to be done to become a better person. That's really all that matters. And I love how I'm discovering myself. I'm slowly forced to discover myself on my own when I'm supposed to be being taught by Sir. But because of the situation, he's still not fully mentally back and capable of doing any teaching or any doming. So I'm waiting for my pain. I mean, the fun will come eventually. It will.